What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's the great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
You told me last night.
Okay. But you heard me? Does that make sense?
I hear it.
This is a Silk exclusive.
Welcome to Words, Music, Dance, episode 61. We are back. I am your host, as always, Paulie the Bull, and I'm joined today by the homie Jared and the homie Rel.
Hey.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Yeah.
I'm outnumbered a little bit, but you know, Harlem on the rise. We like it. You know what I mean? But y'all know what to do as always. Follow, subscribe, like, share. Do that. You know, that ain't changed. Keep it going. It's been a while. Been going for a couple months. How y'all doing?
Good, bro.
You know. You
Summer almost over.
Yeah. Back in business. You know, figured. Remember when summer used to end and we used to get the fall preview of TGIF on Channel 7?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about that the other day.
That's
I was
how
like,
you knew it was about to be.
Yeah. They showed the Sonic cartoon for Saturdays. It was like new season coming and then the new Full House skits. And that's when you like
playing out.
You knew then like okay, we got this new book bag, new note. It's about to be real school back.
Just school sneaker.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, they don't have that no more. Like, it's really on TV in general now.
We don't got
Like,
Toys R Us no more. So.
Word, no, right? You know what I'm saying?
All
But,
our
you know,
is done right now.
but we back. You know, so like I said, summer's over, break's over, back to business. Episodes is coming, everything coming. Got a lot going on. I'll fill y'all in later about all that stuff. But you know, since we've been gone, you know, a lot of stuff has happened. You know, the last episode, Rel was on episode 60. We spoke about When They See Us, the Netflix special. Since then, Netflix dropped Black Mirror, which we're not gonna talk about that right now. But check out the episode Striking Vipers.
Yeah, Striking Vipers.
We'll talk about that for another day.
Yeah.
You know, we all got some thoughts on that. But
Thoughts on that.
yeah, we got a lot of thoughts on that. But also since then, and we'll start with entertainment for a minute. Avengers Endgame is officially the #1 highest grossing movie of all time. It beat Avatar, so you know, clap it up for that.
Right.
The main one, I hate Avatar. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
I like Avatar.
I hated that movie.
Okay.
It was mediocre to me.
Yeah, it was. I fell asleep on it twice.
It was just visual, but it was.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful movie. Saw it in 3D.
Maybe that's what got me.
Yeah, but I fell asleep on it, and before I fell asleep the first time, I predicted the ending, and I was like, told you, yeah. when it ended, I was like, yep. But mainly the reason I really wanted Endgame to beat Avatar was because of the comments that James Cameron made. You remember those comments that he made?
He was saying hard. I remember he threw a lot of shade.
He was like, I feel the people are having Avengers fatigue.
Oh wow!
You know, all the movies are the same.
You're a hater.
He said that about a year or two ago, and probably because he knew Infinity War was coming and Endgame was coming. So he threw some shots, and he was, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, fast forward now, Avengers beat it. Avengers Endgame beat it.
Even with the fatigue.
Yeah, even right. Because according to him, there's fatigue, but now it's the highest grossing of all time.
Right, exactly.
He came back out with 30 seconds of extra clip.
Yeah. But I mean,
like, go see
it was going to happen either way. Yeah. But I mean, Avatar had a whole re-release a year later. So, you know, they cheated.
Yeah, you got that hate back.
I mean, I said
Avatar did it too.
Cool.
Avatar did it too.
I was cool with James Cameron until he made those comments. And like I said, I didn't like the movie anyway from off the rip.
I know.
So I was like, yeah, get that out of here. Like, it was highest grossing, you know, cool, but get it out of here. You know, now again, Avengers did kind of cheat because this was a 11-year culmination of all the movies,
right,
so
right.
you got to build up. Where Avatar was a singular movie,
right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get that, but I just feel like Endgame was a better movie. You know what I mean?
Wasn't that like one of the first movies to be like in 3D like that? Or,
It was that kind of 3D.
Stunning?
It was like it was like a new 3D they were doing.
Yeah.
He used some different camera or something.
Yeah, so that
so
was
it was
wild.
it was just like James Cameron's
Like,
known for that. He did Terminator 2,
Right.
which was like the first one. he used, like,
innovative.
Yeah.
Thing. He's
so I give him credit for that. But it was like he was hating. Like he was mad because he's like I
IMAX
said,
camera, some sort of
he
thing,
saw that movie had the potential.
Yeah.
He could they released was that Phase 3 or Phase 4? The Phase 3. And they announced what was coming. It was like, at that time it was.
And then that's when he got nervous.
Right, he was like, they doing it back to back, and they go, that's the wrap up of all. Oh, yeah, that one could do it. So he made some statements on it, and I feel like he was hating. So get out of here. Funny thing is, then they announced, but Avatar 2, 3, and 4 is coming.
Right.
So I'm like, do we need 3 more movies of that?
Avatar? I mean, that's really like
Yeah, you like it.
Give me 6 more, bro. Give me 6 more, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, but I don't know what else. I mean, but again, everybody trying to do universes and so but this
with the ship with the dips. You know?
like, did you?
Kawhi Leonard bringing the chips to the city. I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
But I don't think there's any successful universe other than Marvel's.
Yeah.
DC's flopped.
DC gave up. They're doing solo. They're doing individual movies.
Yeah.
They try. Paramount tried to do the dark universe with they did the Mummy, and they were trying to do like Jekyll and Hyde and Vampire Dracula.
Yeah.
They gave up after the first movie because that sucked.
Yeah.
You got the monster versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I was gonna say Godzilla's trying. I think the second Godzilla didn't do that great. But they already announced they're doing King Kong versus Godzilla.
Next year, right?
So that one is quietly still working. But you know what I mean. But everybody trying. But the Marvel universe is the only one that's
MCU is the one that
it's the most successful.
Yeah.
And then they gave Disney a lot of money, so Disney ended up buying Fox, which also gave Disney the rights to Avatar. So they win either way. So
Cameron, we still win.
yeah, I mean, because
Even when you win.
he focused specifically on Avengers and Marvel side, but Disney was like, whatever, I own all y'all. So now, let's say Endgame is number 1 now. Avatar 2 comes out, takes it over.
Titanic.
They re-release Avengers Endgame again or something. It's Disney.
Yeah.
It's Disney
That is
either
what
way.
it is, yeah.
Speaking of which, Disney announced their streaming service comes out in November.
$12.99.
And they got a bundle for $12.99 of Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu.
Right.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
And I remember I've been saying for the longest that Netflix is about to be a wrap for them.
Because they're going up in price.
They have to. So they can't continue
without going out. I mean,
there's no ads, there's no commercials, there's no other revenue stream.
How frequent their content is.
Yeah.
The level of actors they pay.
Right.
Like there's no
they
way.
They gave Chappelle $60 million.
Yeah. Like
they gave Chris Rock $40 million. They are in talks with Eddie Murphy to get a lot of money. Like so they don't. Amy Schumer got like 15, 20 million. Like they throwing out tens of millions.
I mean, Monique got
They
$500,000.
breaking the bank. They breaking the bank on Monique.
Right.
So
their only source of income is the monthly subscriptions.
Right.
So that's not 100% true because we were talking, and that just popped in my head too. You were talking about you just saw Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And we've all seen all 3 seasons. Right? You seen all 3 seasons?
Yes.
Did you notice how much product placement is in the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
So to me, that's a lot of
advertising.
That's another revenue stream of Netflix.
Yes, advertising.
Coke, Eggo waffles was her favorite meal. They had an argument about the new Coke and the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That's no coincidence.
Especially in this season, it was heavy in this season.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw the Truman Show. I know what's up. But remember the Truman Show when she was like, "Yeah, this is a great part of your balanced breakfast." They throw little commercials in there. That's what I think Netflix did with their original content. They're probably going to try to throw in side deals for business because they, like I said, their only revenue stream is a monthly subscription.
Right. Because you had sales and you actually had because usually a place would not really show names.
Right. Yeah. And logos specifically towards the camera. Yeah. So when you got the logo right in your face and that's meant to be there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other source of income.
Yeah.
They pushed Stranger Things thing. They said it was like the most streamed show for like a weekend or open weekend or something like that. But one of the issues is they released the whole season of the show. So when you binge watch something,
it's done.
It's done after that.
So again, they're struggling. Disney's gonna pretty much get them out of there because Hulu and Disney Plus alone, they got two joints. Hulu's already in people's phones and computers.
Yeah.
Then Disney Plus gonna have all the cartoons and the movies, and then ESPN Plus was something they were losing money on, but that's the advantage is now a sports package.
Right.
So now you can watch games remotely. They got baseball, football, basketball.
Yeah.
At the ESPN Plus, I think you get like insider stuff from like Woj and all them when trades happen, and so it's an app that a lot of people did have, but now
help with your fantasy teams.
right. So a lot of people didn't really have it before, but now with this bundle, that's ESPN a lot more devices and phones, and for $12.99 you can't beat that.
Yeah, that's hard.
So Disney, we'll see. They announced briefly what the day one launch stuff is going to be. It's nothing crazy. I think it was like Thor: The Dark World. A bunch of Disney cartoons. A couple movies here and there. So they're starting slow.
Right, yeah.
That's really slow at Dark World.
Yeah. Right. That's the movie nobody really want to see. So, I think that's like one of the lowest rated Marvel movies. So they're giving it, they're like, hey, watch this, please. Because you might have missed some stuff from the, Endgame. You saw that.
We good, fam.
Yeah. but I think they did announce Endgame will be on there eventually. So they're gonna throw that on there. But, that bundle sounds real good.
Yeah, it does.
But it also, I think AT&T is doing a HBO Max, which is like HBO, Warner Brothers, I think DirecTV. Like they have a bundle of networks they're gonna put in. NBC is pulling their content from Netflix, and they're doing their own NBC Universal app. So Netflix is, and I've said this before on the shows, but now it's really happening. It's about to be a wrap on Netflix. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it could be, but the advantage of Netflix is they have like, you know how people get a brand ingrained in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when it comes to streaming, that's the first name out of people's mouth, and so they have like that build up. So I think if they do go away,
is actually
so if they do go away, it's going to take a minute. Like the fade is going to be gradual. I think, if anything.
Yeah, because it happened to Blockbuster Video.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Blockbuster was the main thing.
Yeah. Made a Blockbuster night. It was Blockbuster night. That was the thing. Before
It didn't have the 3-day rental, the 5-day rental.
Yeah.
And it had no rentals. So
I think the only thing that could really save Netflix is they have to get small. So instead of throwing a lot of money, they got to focus on documentaries, the comedy specials, straight to video type stuff, low budget movies. Like that's what they have now. I think they got.
So basically, what differentiates them?
That's their niche.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Documentaries like crazy because they got the vegan documentary on it. Everybody went crazy, started becoming a vegan.
Right.
The documentary about the Area 51 thing where everybody started talking about raiding Area 51.
Right,
so they trend and buzz off of their documentaries. How to Make a Murderer.
I figure out where the hell that trend came from.
Just some. What's the dude named Bob Z or something like that? Some dude. I don't. If y'all know the name, comment below. But it's a documentary about some guy named Bob something who used to work at Area 51. And
Bob Stranger Things?
No. I don't know. I forgot his name, but he used to work there. And he talked about he saw some stuff.
Put it upside down.
Yeah.
Area 51.
But the dude in the documentary talked about he saw some stuff there and what he saw. So that documentary started that craze of we're gonna rate it. We want to know what's in there too. So a lot of trends come from Netflix docs and things. Like I said, How to Make a Murderer.
Yeah.
Those things, they people watch that. So if they focus on documentaries, because a lot of people, a lot of upstarting directors and can get their start by making documentaries, straight to video movies. Like we don't buy the bootlegs from the barbershop no more. It goes straight to Netflix. Yeah. Bird Box did it, and that kind of went well. The Dolomite movie that we were talking about earlier, Eddie Murphy joint, that's going straight to Netflix. Because when they know it, they're not going to make 20-30 million in theater. You can get about 5-10 million from Netflix.
Right.
So if they focus on the straight to video, documentaries, comedy specials, Chris Rock, Chappelle, a lot of comedians are on there. If they focus on that and be the go-to place for that, that'll be what saves them. And if they do seasons or series, they're gonna have to spread it out and get people to come back, or because if I get a 30-day trial and I binge watch Stranger Things in a weekend, I'm not saying.
I mean, you might get hooked to the point where now you waiting for season 4, and then you can't do a trial no more because you was already in there.
I got other email addresses. I got dummy emails. I got dummy email accounts. I you know what I'm saying? But like I said, they can survive. They're just gonna have to change their business model up, and raising the price is what they're doing right now because they have to, because they're even their original content is paid for content. Yeah. They're buying the rights to put it on there. So they don't really, they're not recording it themselves. They're just saying, oh, you made this? Well, we want the exclusivity to it. You know, because their highest,
take a hit.
Their highest streaming shows was The Office, Friends, and something else. And all of those are leaving because Friends is, I think, Warner Brothers, that's going to their joint. The Office is NBC, that's going to their joint. So, and then obviously Marvel lost Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all those. So they're losing a lot of their shows, and shows were recurring. Those TV shows, sitcoms, you watch over and over again. But like stuff like Stranger Things was like a movie kind of, you watch it once, I'm done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the sitcoms you can watch over, because you can just come in episode 5, episode 7, you just jump through episodes. With Stranger Things, it's one linear story that you kind of finish it. It's like an 8-hour movie or whatever, 8 episodes, 10 episodes, whatever. Right. Once you're done, you're kind of done. So they might have to start focusing on, something that's going to keep people coming back. So
that's kind of my problem because, like, I prefer to watch it in one stream.
We all do. That's
they like power.
Right.
I gotta wait every week.
They backed themselves into the corner because they did exactly what we love, and now we're spoiled. But it's like, it's not really profitable.
Right. That's profit versus...
Yeah. Like
to your point, some people will be power fans, but they're not watching it.
They'll wait till it ends. Yeah.
So they can just go and watch. I
just binge watched Euphoria with Zendaya.
Zendaya, right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if did you ever see that?
A lot of people been talking about it, so I watched the first episode, and it's kind
of crazy.
And I've been watching.
It's 8 episodes. I saw the first episode too, and I waited till the end, and I just ran through the whole thing. It's interesting. I would say check it out. Okay. But yeah, I did what you said. Like I waited till it ended, and like I said, it's like a 8-hour movie. So I watched a couple of days, whatever, to get through it. But it's like, I didn't really want to wait week for week because now I'm spoiled by Netflix. That I could kill a weekend. Oh, it's raining outside. Bet.
Right.
Put this on and see what this is all about. I did the same thing with Stranger Things. My homegirl told me about it like after season 2. She's like, it's cool, you might like it. I binge watched season 1 and 2 in like a couple of days. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then when 3 came out, I waited for that and watched that in the weekend. Like so, we like I said, they backed themselves into a corner being too good. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like people share the Netflix account. Yeah. People, you know what I'm saying? So they were like probably one of the few companies that are successful actually appealing to a customer. Yeah. Most companies make it seem like they like us and want to do best for us, but they really doing it for themselves. Exactly. They were actually doing, but that was because they took out a Blockbuster. Right. Then so they were like, competition was so we could be cool to y'all, we still make all the money. Right. Yeah. Meanwhile, now Disney and all them is like, competition changes things. Yeah. Right. So now they're like, we was too good to these people. Now what do we do? Like,
because Hulu was their competition, but Hulu wasn't big enough for them. Like the
problem with Hulu was it had too many owners. It was Disney, Fox, I think Warner. Like it was everybody. So they kind of made it like they were trying to make it like TV on one app, but it was like, but we don't want to give them the good stuff. You know, everybody was holding it for so it was like it never really took off. But it was good for the old shows, stuff like that. But now that Disney owns it, they're gonna do what they want to do with it and revamp it a little bit. And and I don't know what direction they're going with Hulu, but now that it's theirs, they can do whatever they want to do with it. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. I don't think it's gonna be right away, but I do think
it's still got Amazon Prime.
They're staying small. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they're relevant because they're small. Yeah. So but we'll see what happens. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. What year do you think Netflix will be done? How many more years they got left? And are you getting the Disney bundle? Y'all gonna get that? Let me know. But speaking of Disney,
if you do, share your account with me.
Holla at me.
Yeah, comment. Who's your username and password?
Right. But sticking with Disney for a minute. In June, the Lion King remake came out. You said you didn't see it yet. You did see it. Yeah. What did you think about it? Because a lot of people were hating on it, talking about it. So what's your thoughts?
It was good. It just so I think. A lot of people liked it. I suppose a lot of people they really liked it. A few people didn't like it because it does take a difference. It's, obviously, the story is basically the same. It's not they didn't mess it up by going all the way left and you know like Simba had 3 brothers and they got killed, so now he has to be the one that's the king. Like no, they didn't do anything like that. But because it's a live, well not live, but you know it's a regular. There were certain things that they had to do differently. Certain characters that had to be portrayed a little differently. So for instance. In the animated one, hyenas were really dumb. You know, everything was real silly. You know, now but real life hyenas, though, if you're gonna show them like that, they're a little bit more vicious.
Calculated,
you know? Right.
Circles.
So as much as there definitely was still humor within the hyenas, you know, they couldn't portray them as silly as they did then. So some people really wanted it to be exactly what they watched when they was a kid. In a cartoon, just now not a cartoon, and better
graphics or something.
Exactly. And when they don't realize because they don't make movies, I mean I don't either, but when you're gonna present something in a certain way, there's gonna have to be certain changes that are done. I think the casting was really good. A lot of the characters, there were certain characters where you don't see a major difference in voice. Some you do. For instance,
like James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
He did a great job. He did just like the original.
Yeah. He did a good job being the same James Earl Jones. Yeah. Now the little boy, I don't know who played the young Simba. I forgot his name in the new one. He's like Jason Weaver was the Simba from before. They don't sound the same, but you don't hear a blaring difference, like, you know, whereas when Simba's old, you clearly hear Childish Gambino versus whoever that was. Shout out to you, I don't know your name, but whoever was the grown Simba from before. Now, Beyonce, right? So,
but before you go to Beyonce, with Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, you know, at first I was like, he sounded too laid back. Because like Donald Glover always sounds calm and chill.
Donald was older. He was
the older Simba. But it made sense because he was raised by Timon and Pumbaa, who are like hipsters. When I think of Donald Glover, I think of a hipster. He was Donald Glover. So because like Simba had you know, he's not going to sound regal and king-like because he's not the king yet. He was raised by Timon and Pumbaa. Like that whole song shows they raised him. So he's raised by.
They didn't raise him to be aggressive.
Right. So he wasn't a king.
They sang a whole song about just chilling out and being happy.
Just chilling, right. You know, no worries. So his laid back, he would definitely, absolutely, absolutely. He'd have had on like the This Is America video where he had no shirt on. That was Simba.
This is Africa.
And it was and he was just nappy head. I pictured and at first I was like, I could tell it, but it was like, you know, it makes sense because he's raised free, like he's raised with just Timon and Pumbaa, just out there, and that hipster kind of vibe is what I got. So it kind of did fit. So, but continue, Beyonce.
Right. So before I went to see the movie, because I think I saw it like maybe a couple days after it came out. But from the moment it came out, all I was seeing on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, oh my God, Beyonce ruined the movie. Oh, this Beyonce's the worst novel ever. So I'm really expecting to go there and be like, why did they pick this?
Like maybe she overshadowed or did too much.
Like, but I'm like, okay, she was a lion who sounded like Beyonce, which all of them, because I'm like, you know, I saw a post that said, oh, that's not what Nala's supposed to sound like. So I said, okay, well, Nala is a lion, so the only real lion or ever noise I ever made them make was roaring or other cat noises.
Right. So
when you say that it's, when you say that it sound like,
I don't know what safaris they've been to.
So when they say she doesn't sound like what Nala's supposed to sound like, you could only be referencing the chick who played Nala back then, and obviously this ain't the chick who played Nala,
right? So
you can't expect that. Right. Now then I heard, well, Beyonce's voice is too distinctive. So, okay, all right, well, she has a distinct voice. She does. So when you hear her, you know that's her. But you also know that Seth Rogen is, you can clearly hear that. So back in the other one, you clearly heard Gilbert Gottfried. What was the bird? Right, you know, like these, you clearly hear Childish Gambino. You clearly hear James Earl. Like, there are no talking lions. They all sound like the people who are playing their voice.
Monkey sounds.
Right. Now, she sounded better when it came to the singing parts. Obviously, when they had to sing song, like "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" Like, sorry, I'm an Elton John fan, but her and Childish, he smoked y'all. They smoked y'all. They definitely did. But I don't. And it's like she need acting lessons. I'm like, okay, maybe she does,
Right.
but I don't get it. Like, she didn't overact to me. She wasn't saying things too much for us. She was just talking. Now, what they did do, she has a slightly larger role where, as far as like line count, you know, so that she definitely she doesn't have like tons more lines.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming,
but she does speak more, a little more than Nala did in the original.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was really watching it, thinking that she just blew the whole thing, and I'm gonna get up and want to walk out. But like, yeah, you should have got Rihanna's, or could have been like the Bayesian African Nala, or whatever. But I was like, I don't get it.
And they added a song which fit.
It fit perfectly.
Because I was scared, because I heard a lot of people complain about Aladdin. I haven't seen Aladdin, but they said there's a new song that they just kind of shoehorn into it.
Right.
And I thought they were gonna do the same thing with this, but the song actually fits when he's running back home.
Yes, right.
That's the spirit,
right.
And that's when they do that song.
Which I don't like the song, but in the movie it sounded fine because it was right in the moment. Like like when I first saw the video on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't like this. but in it, like the moment that it's in the movie, it was perfect.
And it's Beyonce singing it, but it's not like you don't see Nala singing it while he's running. So again, it's at that point you know Beyonce singing the song.
That'd have been too much.
Right.
That would have been too
but
much.
But it's not Nala running with it.
Right.
Like she's not. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's not overwhelming. He's running home like, they wilding out. They messing with my mom's. Like he's going home. It's just like I Had a Tiger or something playing when you working out, or you know what I'm saying. So it's a motivational type song, and it fit with that scene.
I just think the movie was well done. I just think that if you have the mentality of it should be the cartoon, just not then there are going to be things that you missing. Like they changed the song that Scar sings.
Yes.
Man.
What's the name?
Beware or something.
Yeah.
Beware is just part of the name.
Yeah.
But they made it shorter, and he's not like really singing. He's kind of like
it's like spoken word. Yeah, it's like a spoken word kind of song.
Whereas it's called Be Prepared, not Beware. Yeah. It's called Be Prepared, and I had a friend of mine was like, oh, that was my favorite song. And they made it short. He was singing. I'm like,
and that's the thing. A lot of people are gonna take the piece they love and like, I was waiting for that part. Like, what I can say is the one scene that I did miss, which to me is not just personal, but I think it's like one of the most pivotal scenes is when Rafiki talks to Simba and hits him over the head and be like, they took that scene out. Spoiler alert, if, you know what I'm saying, but spoiler alert, you know, but the scene where, you know, when Simba talks to Mufasa in the sky and the Rafiki talks to him, he's like, you gotta go back. He's like, but that was in the past, I'm over that, and then he hits him. He's like, you hit me. He's like, but you know,
I'm not sure why they did that. And that still could have worked.
I don't know why the message of, you know, that was,
you gotta keep your goddamn hands to yourself nowadays. Right? 2019, keep hitting everybody upside the head no more.
Because Rafiki don't even have his stick until the end.
Yeah,
he grabs it at the end like, oh, it's about to go down. Like you know what I'm saying. So that was a funny moment because you see him like, oh wait, I need this. Like, okay, but it was like in the cartoon he had it. So it was like from the first scene you see him with it. It's just a known thing, but in the movie he doesn't hit him and he doesn't give him that little speech of you know what I'm saying, like, oh, that was in the past, you know what, that's how, you know, you're like, you know, whatever he said, I forgot exactly quoted, but I was like, when I was like, that was like the message of the story, the movie, and I was like, how you take that out? Like, so that was like the one scene to me but I enjoyed it. Character wise, Timon and Pumbaa, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner, I think his name is.
Yeah, they did a good job.
They killed it. Their banter was back and forth was great. Like I said, Donald Glover, to me, I was like, it made sense, especially seeing it and thinking Seth Rogen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Billy Eichner, I don't know too much about, but I know he had that show Billy on the Street. He's like a hyperactive. I think he's a gay dude, but he's like he's energy. He fit like perfect.
Nah, Seth Rogen was a perfect choice for that.
And Pumbaa, he was perfect. And then thinking of them, like I said, getting raised by some you know, some free spirit, you know, dudes. Like, I could hear Childish Gambino be like, well, we're just gonna eat these grubs.
And
again,
you know, anybody who really wants to have this whole sentiment about Lion King and such, when have you ever seen a lion be friends with a wild boar.
And that was another thing that people were saying.
As a matter of fact, I watched a video the other day of an actual lion killing and eating it. So, I mean...
They're not friends.
And they added that, too. They changed that scene up, too, when Nala chases him. It's a little bit different from the cartoon, too. But again, it made more sense to the realism that... what's his name? The director, Happy from Iron Man.
I don't know his name, but yeah.
Jon Favreau.
Favreau. He directed it, and he was going for the realism. So people are like, oh, their faces don't react or adjust. And I'm like, I've never seen a lion like eyes bulge or smile.
Have you seen lions looking at each other?
Yeah.
You can see the love in their eyes.
In a cartoon, you can accentuate certain things.
Exactly.
And there was plenty of
Yeah.
movies. What was that? Babe was the movie with the pig.
Yeah.
Air Bud with the dog. Like any of these movies, I don't see them laugh, smile, cry.
Yeah.
They talk. They put like what peanut butter in their mouth to make them act like they're talking.
Right.
It was that, but it was all CGI, so he didn't have to do anything to actual animals. No animals were harmed in the making of it. So I'm like, what are you looking for? Actual facial expressions from animals? Yeah, but like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It fit. At first, I was a little skeptical about the casting, but it to me, I think it came out great. Mm-hmm. The emotion was still there to me.
Yeah, it was.
When Mufasa dies, you know what I mean? Like spoiler alert if you know. And a lot of people say, "Oh, why did they?"
For 20 years,
yeah, and that's another thing. Some people were saying, "Why did they make it?" I'm like, "Well, we so spoiled and selfish. Like, well, because I lived it, they shouldn't make it again."
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like our kids.
They were like, they don't need to make it. I'll show my kids that.
Right.
Like,
and that's cool. I would, show your kid the cartoon first.
and you
show them
still
the new
should.
one.
I feel like if you took your child to see this version of Lion King, you still should show them the other one.
Like it's just like video games. Like okay, yeah, you can put your kid on the Nintendo or whatever, but they still gonna want that PS4 because that's what their friends play at school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't hinder them because you I already played that. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean that's the trend. They're remaking all of these.
Everything. Like and truth be
you
told,
want to play Metal Gear 16? You gotta go back to one right now.
And every movie now is a remake or a reboot of something.
Yeah.
And if you watch a movie, it got the same plot as something you've seen before. Yeah. So it's like I didn't get hung up on the remake thing. I didn't mind that.
I mean, there's another Rambo coming out, the last one.
Well, that's supposed to be the end. I think Stallone finally done. Yeah. I think.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but yeah,
still got shit that's going on forever.
Yeah,
Terminator going on forever.
They bringing that back. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they did. They did what was the joint? They did Aladdin. They did Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo. They did but the kids are seeing the commercial now. They're like, I want to see that. Would you go put up the old VHS? I'm waiting for you to say that.
When it comes to people,
do you even have a VCR now? Like, how you showing them?
I actually have one. It's in the storage right here.
It's in storage. Yeah,
it's right here. It's in storage.
That's impressive.
Now, if you have a kid, you can be like, we about to show you this.
The thing is, when people,
Mickey Mouse Club on deck.
Yeah, no, it's on Disney Plus, Daddy. I'm watching that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no.
I think when people when they judge, when they criticize, or when they critique art and media, I just think that they put a lot of their expectations or into it, and they don't really look at things. And of course, when you give your opinion, you're not really supposed to be objective because it's your opinion.
Right.
But you also have to, I think, when you form an opinion, you have to think of all the variables. Like, for instance, even when people say Beyonce needs acting lessons, right? There are people. Now, Beyonce is not an actress.
Right.
She's a recording artist and other things, right? Right. And she happens to have been in a few movies, right? But there are actors who are actors who need acting lessons.
Yeah.
But we don't run out and say, "Oh, such and such need acting lessons." But because she's Beyonce, we need to be first to jump out and say, "This girl needs some acting lessons." So I mean, it's like And
I even heard somebody complain. It was like, "Oh, the movie come out and then Beyonce's putting an album out with it." I'm like. Yeah,
well,
just
she
like
makes
they did,
records,
but just like they did for A Star Is Born last year.
Yeah,
right. But
they put the Gaga and what's his name did a host the soundtrack was this album too, and it actually won a Grammy.
But Beyonce has enough music. She's not
right. Will Smith did it with all his movies.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
I'm surprised he didn't put something out for Aladdin.
I think he stopped. I think he's done. He remixes his son's songs and he don't really make albums. I don't think he's made an album in forever.
But he did do.
He did a freestyle.
No, when Aladdin comes off, because it's funny. I just watched the remake of Aladdin the other day.
Yeah.
Watched it the other day. at the end, it's a record, but it's like a Khaled record. Like it comes on like the credits going up. You hear like another one. I'm
I
like,
think
what?
Khaled would have been a great genie.
Nah.
Khaled. Aladdin, you the best.
right.
You can get that. She could be your queen. I think Khaled would have killed that. Khaled would have killed that. Prince Ali, Ali of Abwa. Yeah, he's the best. Like, yo, he would have killed that.
Nah, bro.
Yo, Khaled, listen.
How many wishes you got? Another
one. Khaled would.
Nah, but yeah, it was a Khaled record, but then Will Smith was rapping, so I think he did a record for that.
Did they have a soundtrack for it? I don't know if they had a soundtrack for
Probably
it.
do.
Probably do. Yeah. But he has the first year. I'm like Khaled, really on Aladdin.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only thing I was seeing was just Aladdin and Lion King on stage play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I guess
I haven't seen Aladdin, but I've seen Broadway Lion King.
Yeah.
So Aladdin's dope on stage.
Yeah, but listen, like I said, comment below, let us know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Khaled as Genie, if they ever do.
Yeah. And Beyonce, shout out to you. You did.
You mean whenever they do another one?
When they do another one.
Another one.
Yeah, I didn't think Beyonce did that bad. And I don't think she was overwhelming. It didn't detract from, like, you didn't be like,
I won't say that she killed it either.
Right, no.
You know what I'm saying? But
I think everybody, and maybe it's because from what I heard, they all kind of just recorded their stuff, and I think only Timon and Pumbaa were together.
When
and
they
I
did
think,
it.
I think Donald Glover was with them for like one scene or something like that. But he was also filming solo. Beyonce was doing, so they were all kind of busy. So they weren't really interacting. So they didn't.
Right.
Only Billy Eichner and Seth were together. So they actually got to ad-lib.
But you know what?
They got
and you could tell that in their chemistry.
Right.
You could. It's funny you say that. Those interactions are to me the most natural in the movie.
Exactly. They were right there.
Yeah.
So and I think Donald Glover was only there for Hakuna Matata. The rest he did because he was filming solo at the time. Remember they did this like 2-3 years ago. He was still filming solo, and so he just had to find he actually recorded at the Beatles studio, Abbey Road or whatever. He recorded there because he was in London doing solo or whatever, and he recorded
solo
it.
Star Wars.
The Star Wars movie,
okay.
yeah. So he was Disney double booked him. You know what I mean? So if the chemistry doesn't seem like it, it's because they really weren't together. It's just like when our favorite rappers do a feature or whatever,
and they send in the verse over, right? Yeah,
and this dude rapping about something totally different.
Like, yo, I did say it was going to be this song, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And he comes on talking about something totally
right.
So I did get that feeling a little bit of it. It did, like you said, the chemistry was best with Timon and Pumbaa.
You're right.
And that kind of shows. So I feel like that might have been one of my many gripes with it.
Right.
You can kind of tell, like, yeah, he recorded this and they just put it together.
Listen to popular truth, which is people have this connection to the historical past.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
It's kind of like Trump's "Make America Great Again." And they have this image of what it
that
was to them.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you start treading on things that meant something to them,
now
it's like, how dare you attack my youth?
And that's why I said
like,
we're so spoiled.
But like, it's not attacking you. Like the movie say that you can still go see it.
And it's a new generation of kids.
It didn't come out and they say, well, now that's the new one.
It has been disbanded.
We banned the.
burned it all.
Right. Yeah.
And we got new kids now that may not have seen that. That was what 25 years ago. Yeah, there's a couple of generations of kids now that let me show you, like, you know what I'm saying. So we so spoiled, like, they didn't have to make it again, like they did. Like,
look at these graphics, son. It's just
like, you know what I'm saying.
Like Madden 2004.
Yeah, word, right.
But comment below, let us know what y'all think. Did you like it? You know, do you want them to do a sequel? Do you want to make another one?
Because they don't need to do that.
The cartoon they did.
They did do
part 2,
Simba's Pride. They did 2, then they did
and then
Simba's
1.5, which was Timon and Pumbaa's story of part 1.
Don't do all that. If you're listening now, don't do all that.
Unless you're gonna have it all in the same universe and have Lion King and Aladdin, and he gonna join forces.
Then you have the magic carpet with like Simba on it.
But we now try your realism on that.
But we need Khaled in there somewhere.
Yeah,
another.
Khaled got to get in there somewhere. All right, Khaled got to get in there somewhere.
Another genie.
My son.
Another summer craze that happened was the Face app, which has been around for I think like 2-3 years now. But for some reason, everyone decided to
Use it now.
turn themselves old.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And every day on Instagram, you see an old version of somebody.
You know what it was? Everybody saw Endgame and was like, "Yo,
Look at Cat.
how did Cap look so old?" And it was like, "I want to look old.
I want to do it.
Right. And then everybody was doing it, and I'm like, okay, all right,
Right.
got it.
We got it."
And then
I posted mine. You know, I was
The
in there.
CIA is gonna know how you look when you're older. We know.
that's what the conspiracies do. Cue the X-Files music, you know what I'm saying? Everybody said it. But then when somebody looked into it and was like, I'll do you one better. This is an app made by Russia. And they doing this and they saving our fate, da-da-da-da. And then everybody was like, huh? And then somebody looked into the end user agreement that every app and every software has.
And they never said that they were saving your pictures. They did say though that they reserve the right to use.
Right. So here's where the common sense comes in.
Right.
They have to upload your picture to a server to do the edits and then send it back to you.
Of course.
It's not done on your phone.
Right. Exactly.
There's a little IT information I'm sharing with you guys.
Right. Yeah.
They take the picture. There's little gnomes in them stuff. They take the picture, do the edits on their software, and give it back to you. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's just how it works. Are they saving it? I don't know. You didn't think about that before. You didn't care. User agreements on every application you ever downloaded, installed on your computer, laptop, tablet, whatever, phone, everywhere.
Electronic.
Nobody ever reads it. All right. South Park did a whole episode about that.
Hold up, here it is right here. By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that Apple may sell your mouth to the butthole of another iTunes user. Oh boy. Apple and its subsidiaries may also, if necessary, sew yet another person's mouth onto your butthole, making you a being that shares one gastral tract. I'm gonna click on decline.
South Park tried to warn you. Everybody say, "Oh, The Simpsons showed you," but South Park be telling you some stuff too.
Yes, they do.
Pay attention.
South Park and Simpsons be on their money.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody was going crazy over that, and like I said, they found out Russia made the app, and they're like, "Oh, it has access to my contacts, microphone, this," and it's just like, yes, so does Angry Birds.
Right.
Which doesn't even need that.
I tune out all when it comes to like, oh, they're spying on you, this and all the government does this. I tune out all of those conversations. Not because I don't believe it's true.
Right.
But for this reason. What you gonna do?
Right.
Like nobody sitting here or people you talk to, none of y'all got the juice to hide from the government. None of y'all gonna be like, well, I'm not putting my money in the bank because then they. Nah.
Well, remember, everybody was moving to Canada if Trump got elected.
Right.
Anybody,
My thing is,
left?
if they want to spy on you,
Well, Canada also said, "Fuck y'all, y'all ain't coming here." Y'all ain't coming here.
But I'm just saying, I ain't seen no U-Haul trucks piling
like
up.
if the government wants to spy on you, you don't have the resources to fight them.
Yeah.
Now, if someone did, I want to hear that from them. Like, oh, I got these this firewall, or they not. But yo, all you can do is be mad. Oh, I don't put that up on my phone. They're not looking at me. Yeah, now you're safe, bro. Like what? Like what?
Remember, like you were saying earlier, Facebook Messenger was the first app to kind of
Right, they were like, oh, they want the permission to, it's access my permission to my contacts. Well,
My calendar.
like, look, so Facebook Messenger was like this. Facebook Messenger has integration where if you want to get all your text messages in it, you can.
Right.
So obviously it needs access to your text messages, and that's an option that you don't even have to use.
Right.
But Facebook, you record yourself in the video, so it needs access to your camera. You want it to hear what you're saying, so it has access to your microphone. So on Android phones, it gives you a rundown of that at the beginning before you install. Now, iPhone, it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that you didn't give it permission.
Right.
That's what it did. Like, now, if you can say something on your iPhone,
Right. Every time
the
you
app
say,
has
"Hey
the
Siri,"
permission of
"Hey
your
Google,"
mind.
"Hey Alexa."
Yeah. They have the
listening.
permission. So I don't understand. And again, what are you gonna do? Y'all can't fight the government. Y'all are not. If y'all could, y'all doing the wrong day jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
If you could, you have watched Enemy of the State way too many times.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not like, I know if the government wants to know something about me, they gonna know.
They gonna know.
I could put all types of VPNs on my computer, which I do because I be downloading stuff. But I could do block this, block that. That's still not enough. Right. I don't have the resources, so I'm not, and I don't do nothing.
Right. And they know.
Right. They know that. What they want from me?
Right.
Who am I?
Right.
That's another thing too. These people be talking. I'm like, what? I'm like, you that fascinating? Like, what haven't you been telling me that you do that they want to know about?
Good question. Right. Oh, I don't want them spying on me for what?
What, they want to know how many bags of weed you bought?
Right. Ooh.
You have a license.
Right.
You have a picture ID.
You have a social security number.
They all know what you do.
They have your foot and handprints a little bit after you came out the womb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're not running, bro.
Your height, your weight, everything. You go to all that stuff is.
Go to a doctor. It's all in network.
Yeah.
And then your phone has a GPS. You know, everybody got a Fitbit or something that's tracking your steps. They're tracking it. They
don't say that. Bitch, I'm not buying that Apple Watch. I ain't buying that girl's. They ain't know where I'm at. Right, but they know where you are.
But then you got Facebook. You got Instagram.
And even before
you post where the fuck you at. Right. I show my face every day. You know what? Well, you know how I look like.
Yeah. I'm at such and such restaurant. Thank you for the heads up. Like, they like, look at that.
I had somebody tell me, well, I turned off the GPS on my phone. Nobody's tracking me. I'm like, okay, but you know they still can.
Your phone connects to a cell tower.
Right. They're like, no. I'm like, remember the Note 7, right? When like they was exploding, you know, and then so they said everybody give back your Note 7s. So some people complied. They were like, fine, but some people were like, nah, I'm not doing that. My Note 7 worked. I like my Note 7. So what they did, they disabled everybody's Note 7.
Yeah, I was almost into that list because I love my Note 7.
Right.
But when they said you can't fly, and I was like.
Well, not even that. Well, that too. They was black.
I was like, well,
but some people then, but yeah, people who I ain't flying nowhere anyway, so I don't care. So they said, okay, you know what? Boom, you know 7 or what you gonna do now?
Because it connects to a tower.
Right. So like you are not hiding from no like. So there might be this amount of people that can really hide from the government, and it ain't nobody who I seen on.
It's the Amish in Pennsylvania.
Eric Snowden.
Eric's right.
Right. Well,
Exactly right.
In Russia.
Yeah.
He probably made a face.
Yeah, you said before I could, bro. But yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah.
Stay woke.
So like, so that whole thing, like every time anybody brings that stuff up, I just be listening one ear out the other, and like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You go protect yourself, sir. I get it.
You know, and then it goes to the whole, you know, U.S. China bullshit. You know how we how we have trying to move past the Cold War of the Russians and the U.S. in the 80s, and now we got the U.S. Chinese bullshit now of the 2010s going on to the 20s. It's like everybody has this fear of, well, I don't want the Chinese have my information. Motherfucker, the U.S. got your information. Everybody got your information. Why are you worried about the China? What, like the Chinese government's gonna do something that crazy with your information that the U.S. government can't do?
Right.
They already, if they wanted to do it, they could.
Yeah.
Like everybody,
and China does not care about you.
No.
They don't.
China is like the richest, like one of the richest companies in the world. Right. We pay them like it's like as rich as they want to. That's the thing. America is, but we're in $1 trillion debt to guess who? China.
China.
All of our technology and stuff comes from where? China.
And some Japan.
But that's fine.
And some Korea.
Yeah.
But it's all.
But you know what I mean? Like so, the debt that we owe.
Yeah.
China.
We paying
literally.
We paying.
Hey, cool. You make sure they don't know your name. Cool.
Right. Ooh, you got them.
Right.
It wasn't my debt. It was their debt.
Right. But staying international, also this summer, ASAP Rocky was in Sweden. I guess performing a little something.
A fucking problem.
Yeah, I missed that song. I haven't heard that in a minute.
That was nice.
Yeah, see what you did there. See what you did there.
It was good.
But yeah, ASAP was out there. It was him, bodyguard, a couple people, whatever, some people with him. Some dude was like.
Down there, go man. Why you touch me? Bro, we don't want no problem.
Don't say nothing.
Bro, go that way, bro. Just go that way, man. I'm not too nice. Can you go that way?
I'm nice.
Before I slap the dog shit out of you, go down that way. You're trying me right now. Go that way.
Yo, go
Hey, go, bro.
Come on. Come on.
Go this way.
My iPhone. My headphones.
Go this way.
My friend.
Go this way.
You know?
Go this way.
You know?
Go this way.
Listen. We don't want to fight y'all. We're not trying to go to jail.
My headphone. He's
Look,
fucking
you
my headphone.
hit him with it.
I want my headphone.
I understand that you hit him with it,
I
bro.
want.
Pulls us down the street.
You don't understand.
Go down the street.
You fucked it.
Go down the street.
Listen,
bro.
Let's not talking.
It's okay, bro.
You fuck it,
It's all right. Chill.
Why
bro.
you? Man, I want my headphone.
Stop.
Why you stop? He fucked with my iPhone.
Here, you following us. Go that way.
Oh, let's go this way. This is your area. Go that way. We going this way.
I want you fuck with me.
Bro, I'm not gonna keep going the other way, bro. Go that way, bro.
Go that way.
Look, just for the cameras, we don't want no problems with these boys. They keep following us. Look at them. They keep following us.
Yo,
stop following me, man.
What's good?
Nah, he hit him with the headphones. That's it.
Sweetie, he hit me with the headphones. He cut me on my head. I could really beat the shit out of him. I don't even know him. He's following us. We don't even know him. So tell him to leave us alone.
Go somewhere. Go that way, bro, before you get hurt. We don't want to hurt y'all. Go that way, bro.
Também tá ficou no sol da era, ok?
For real, thank you, sweetie. Go that way, bro. Go that way, bro.
Okay, if we can we tell them who you guys are so they can
No,
leave you
don't
alone?
tell them nothing.
Tell him nothing. They don't need us.
Okay, geen chama,
Going about
Tell him to go
business.
about his business.
Tell them they follow us. They gonna
Tell him to go ahead.
Tell him to stop following.
But they should just keep following me.
Yo, bro, what you doing, bro?
Yo, go somewhere, man.
These guys touch you in some
Yeah, they keep we don't even
No,
know.
they're just
They
following.
keep touching us and following us.
This other guy,
Yeah.
he slapped my ass and my girlfriend's ass.
Following them, harassing them.
Now ASAP released the video showing that the harassment that
Right. So the dude initiated it and threw his headphones at Rocky's bodyguard or something like that. Then kept following him, saying he broke my headphones. So every time they would walk one way, he's following him. He broke my headphones. They're like, yo, leave us alone, leave us alone. So they kept going back and
That
forth.
sounds like women who show their body and then say, "Stop looking at me."
Oh wow! I'm not co-signing that. Like all the ladies gonna be like,
yeah. Shout out to my female
Let's
viewers.
say-
As though with the shirt saying, "Woman,
right. Like they gonna be like, what's his?
But you damn sure know that's right. You can't be.
That's around the world 85 on Instagram.
Own it.
Jared,
Own it.
Jared Hicks.
You can't play both sides.
Holla at them. But yeah, back to Rocky. Like I said, again, we saw the full video. Well, we still saw a little clip, but we saw an extended video. We showed that the dude was following them, threw his headphones, broke his headphones, kept harassing them. Some girls even came up and said, "Yo, these dudes touched us," or was catcalling them, whatever. Then we screw. Huh? No,
Not a dude.
The two, there was a guy, another guy that was like following, but one dude was the main one doing it. Even his man was trying to like chill us, leave or whatever. Then, like I said, the camera kind of cuts. We come back. Rocky hit like a hockey move, and he pulled the jersey over dude's head, kind of threw him to the ground.
Yeah.
And then they all kind of went in. So it was like, again, in Sweden, different laws.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they don't have self-defense law out there. There's no stand your ground kind of law and stuff. So it's like, okay, you put the hands on this dude. Went to jail. So before I go any further, how do y'all feel like about what would y'all do in that situation? Like, what would you do first in that situation?
In a situation where I'm being harassed?
Yeah, if you were Rocky, with your bodyguard, dude's doing, he's doing, would you walk away? How would you handle that?
That's hard to answer because that's a lot to process. Because you gotta think of like again, there's a whole celebrity aspect of it.
Right.
There's a whole I'm not home.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff you gotta throw in there because one. No matter what he does, especially if he don't get beat up, then he looks crazy. He's the angry black man who beat this dude up or whatever, or somebody who's entitled, think they can do whatever they want because they're a celebrity. Then again, you're in Sweden, so now you're dealing with their laws. So it's like, do I do something? I don't know how they're gonna look at this. I'm gonna get thrown in jail or whatever. But then it's also the human element of it is like I'm getting sick of this dude harassing us, and you're not gonna just be harassing me, because then it's like he's not gonna punk me regardless of where I am, Sweden, Harlem, whatever, like it's not gonna happen. So that's a lot to process, and I think what won out was I'm done. Like I'm done with this dude coming and doing what he's doing. So like I think my personality, who I am, I think if I was a rapper and his thing in it, but who was who I am, I think that I probably would be, again, because what would jump out to me is that we're in Sweden, not that I'm a celebrity. Because I think if I was in the U.S., I would handle that situation a lot different being out there. Being that I was out there, and I don't know how those police are gonna act, I don't know, whatever.
Right.
I probably would have gotten a policeman involved or something. I'm saying like, look, I don't know who this dude is. I'm out here, about to do a show with him, a few days, whatever. he won't leave us alone. Here though, I probably would have had my bodyguard just work him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just work him and
let them work them. You
not me.
Right. I mean, that's what you hire him for.
Right.
He's there to do that.
Because even here, you're not gonna say I hit you. Because regardless though, because even let's say if it was in a self-defense thing, and I had my bodyguards beat you up, I'm still liable. So in that instance, if it was here, I still could have claimed self-defense and still not touched him and would have been all right. Out there, I don't know how all that works. So at that point, I'm just like, look, this dude wildin'. Before we get to him, can y'all please you do something? Right. But he didn't process it that way. He didn't handle it that way.
What would you do?
I think about my celebrity status. I think about everything that I have to lose.
Right, endorsements, all this other type of stuff. Yeah,
by entertaining this shit.
Right.
Like he did what he wanted to do to TMZ. like this was TMZ Sweden. He wanted to whip somebody's ass. But the problem is you said everything. You said everything that I was thinking. It's like you're overseas. I don't know the laws overseas. Right. And I watched too many movies.
Locked Up Abroad.
Locked Up Abroad. I seen what was that shit where the two girls got
Taken?
No. Where the two girls
Taken
got
2?
locked up in Thailand.
Taken 3?
No, it was like it was like Bangkok Showdown, something like that. I forgot what it was, but it was like two girls that was trying to come home.
Hostel?
No, nigga.
That was with dudes, bro.
And the dude that she was messing with, the nigga put cocaine in her bag, and she got caught with it, and they both got.
That sucks.
So it was a good movie though.
Jack making movies up.
No,
that was taken.
But it was not taken. But anyway, I see movies and I was like, yo, I don't ever want to be. And that's I didn't want to be arrested. Period. Right. I didn't want to go. To definitely not. I didn't want to do a bid, but I definitely don't want to do a bid somewhere. That's not home. Right. I know what you can't do to me in American jails, in American prisons. I don't know what the hell you guys doing.
Well, do you remember that story that Rocky told? He was in Rikers.
All the niggas was loving me because I was some skinny nigga, pretty boy nigga on the island. Feel me? Fearless. I only had to fight one nigga. Got that nigga up out of there. Thank God. I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen. Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga. I got that nigga up out of there, all that shit. This is parts of the story that I don't like to tell because it don't sound believable. Not only that, what I got to prove by telling niggas I've been on the island, I was in jail, all that don't mean nothing to me. That's not what it's about.
Right. But
I remember seeing the video and I remember seeing his face
Ferg had the mic and he just words. It's really
because it was on IG. That part was on IG.
Ferg was yo, but there was no.
You didn't have to get that descriptive. We get it.
Yeah,
y'all fighting.
Before we got out, we said we was not gonna talk about it.
But
you had to go too far with that.
So we all kind of agree. We probably would have put more thought into it. But like you had mentioned before, obviously Rocky and his crew got arrested. And I guess Kim, Kanye, they made some phone calls to their man Trump, and they was like, "Yo, homie, we need to get our friend out of jail. He's over in Sweden." So Trump doesn't call Sweden. He puts a tweet out first, and he's like, "Listen, Sweden, I know y'all reading this tweet.
Yeah, because everybody does.
I'm a post bail for Rocky,
and they don't have bail though.
And that's the thing. So he sent this tweet out, and everybody's like,
you would think he would find that out first.
You would think he probably should call. Sweden don't do bail.
If I was Sweden, I would have been like, yo, the bail is $100 million.
$100 million.
I should have made an account real quick. I am the ambassador of Sweden. You can wire it. You can send it to this cash app. But yeah, that was the first moment where Trump didn't realize, so my money don't mean much to y'all right now? Oh, okay. All right.
The money that I didn't have anyway, but
okay. So then he went on to try to, long story short, Trump tried to take credit for getting Rocky out. Rocky ended up stayed in there for 2-3 weeks.
3 weeks because he did 2 weeks or something like that. And then they requested another week to continue the investigation. But then finally, when they finally let him out, and
he actually went through a trial process, sat there, had to give a testimony, did the whole litigation process. And for some reason in Sweden,
they let you bounce. So when after the trial's over, then you're free.
We'll call you.
Right.
You free.
While we're waiting for this verdict, you can go home.
That's crazy.
You're not living in America, right? We'll call you when the verdict is in.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not coming back. I would. I'm not saying Rocky not, but
well, is it U.S.? You know how like certain countries they don't do they are right? Yeah, okay.
I don't know because Trump was gonna pay his bail. So can I fly Air Force One if I gotta go back? Like, can I ride with y'all? Like, you looking out for me? Because so Trump sent another tweet out. What he said? It's been a rocky week. But we got ASAP home, ASAP.
But then Trump tweets talking about how like we do a lot for Sweden. Mm-hmm. But about Sweden, I'm like, so that means.
But again,
my thing is these tweets. If I'm Sweden, I'm like, you do a lot, so that means y'all people can come up and punch niggas in the face.
Right.
Like what? Like what?
And then the Trump supporters came out the woodwork and was like, hey, ASAP Rocky guy, you should thank Donald Trump,
up, bro,
because he got you home.
He didn't though.
And it's like, again, that's why
when he sent his tweet, they made me stay in jail.
He stayed, went through the whole
what are you talking
procedure,
about?
and did an extra week, and went through the whole process.
Right. So what do you mean thank him? Thank him for what?
So because he sent those tweets, Trump supporters feel like he did something. And
but wait,
because all you gotta do is just show visually.
But why don't? So if we should thank him when he does good shit, why don't y'all make sure to remind us to flame him when he does whack shit?
He don't do bad in their eyes.
Never.
In their eyes,
never lost.
Now here's a quote. So today, at the time of recording this, what was it? Martin Luther King's niece.
Yes.
Was on Fox News.
Right click. Sweden does not have extradition treaty with us.
So he's not going back. So
if he decides I'm not going,
as a 1983,
if he's on his Jennifer Hudson, I'm not going. Exactly. Then they know there's nothing they can do.
It says prohibits extradition on the basis of a political offense or an offense connected with a political offense.
Well, then that doesn't count.
Is Trump connected?
Then he gotta go.
That's true.
And now that Trump got involved, he's connected.
That's political,
right? Because Kanye and them called Trump, so now it's a political connection.
Right.
We'll see. But yeah. So MLK's niece said that Trump is the greatest president that we've seen ever. Now, here's the thing.
Y'all see this shirt? 44 is greater than 45.
Here's a bold statement. Here's a quote. Trump is the greatest president we've ever seen in this country, according to the way this country was formed.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
he embodies
that.
Yeah.
From 1776.
No, sure, I agree.
And when we were 3/5 and
like if they could see, they'd be like, that's what we was talking about. They'd be
in heaven shedding tears.
Right. Yeah.
We made great.
He like George Washington is in the clouds, like Mufasa was the symbol, like
right. Yes.
My boy, like they love him.
Denzel.
So yes, she is right. She is right. He is the greatest president according to those old scripts and written, constitutions, the way it was written at the time. So she's right in that point and saying that. However, in these different times, he's terrible. Yeah. And he's trying to take us back to those days when I guess that's when America was great.
Right.
That's his plan.
I remember when that was.
Mind you, we're on the verge of a recession. That's amazing, right?
According to him, we're at an all-time high. Jobs are up.
Maybe like drugs.
Money's up. I tweeted. I be tweeting too. I tweeted like a couple weeks ago, whatever, that drugs are back at all-time high.
Yeah.
We're afraid of Russia. Because Russia rigged the election, got an app, and Stranger Things. I said, we must be back in the 80s. Yeah. Like, we had a celebrity president, like Reagan was.
Yeah.
Russia's the biggest.
That's probably what he meant about making it great.
We back in the 80s again. Yeah. And that's when I was born. I was born in 81 when I think Reagan just took office from Carter.
So, does that mean in 20 years we're going to hear the Donald Trump tapes about him saying nigga or monkeys or tar babies?
Yeah.
Reagan?
I mean, I don't even think we need to. We've heard enough.
Not right. Because now people are shocked about Reagan. Like when a tape like that comes out about Trump, they're going to be like, that's what he was doing.
So backstory to that was someone was doing like a biography of Reagan.
His daughter.
And they were and they were going through the footage.
Oh my God.
And they're going through stuff.
That was racist?
Here's a box of clips and stuff. And they're like,
but my thing is, and I said this on Facebook, when they put her on to how he put like crack in the hood, and she's gonna like want to denounce her whole name.
Right.
Like you think that's something? He decimated the whole black community, put drugs there, and then said, "Here's a war on those same drugs." So that we can lock all these people up.
Don't black people.
Right. And don't forget, Nancy was the one that did the
Just Say No.
Just Say No. We're back in the 80s. I mean, cocaine is high again. J.P. Morgan Chase just had a boat pulled over with tons and tons of cocaine on it. celebrity in chief, president. Reagan was an actor, for those that don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we got Trump, who's an actor, reality show star, all that good stuff. And the Russians are our biggest threat again. It's
and also were the people who allegedly helped him get into.
Right. So again, remakes. We're talking about remakes and everything. This is the HD version of the 80s.
Right.
Right. So for
4K,
those right. So for those that weren't alive, it was kind of like this.
Yeah.
It was kind of like this. Just look a little better. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. But so sticking with the international thing a little bit. And sticking to, since we've been going. Remember that? What's that song?
Since we've been going.
Kelly Clarkson, you know what I mean? That just popped in my head too.
Yeah. I had that in my head the whole time.
Yeah. Since we've been going. I mean, that's what we do here. Words, music, and dance. Yeah. Call it to dance. But the FIFA World Cup happened. What, June, July? I forgot what
July.
July.
It was June through July.
Yeah. And USA women won.
Shout out to y'all.
And in the moment of celebration. So what that did was open up a conversation that we've had on the show before.
And the WNBA is in 2K20.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Is that the first time they win again?
I think Live did it one time. I think NBA Live tried it one time or something like that.
With a 2-ball thing, probably.
Maybe.
Probably NBA had 2 balls.
So now they have the whole league in 2K20? Interesting. Can you do now, you know how they have the whole My Player thing.
Wait, question, you gonna pick them?
No.
Striker Vipers?
You gonna play online?
You play 1-on-1 for your heart?
You love me.
For your heart, that was good. That was good. But my question is, and actually after I said my question, you really should have asked that. But I was gonna say, if you do the whole My Player thing, if you pick a chick, do you only play?
No, I don't think the My Player.
Okay, but they just got the league in it though. Okay, all right.
The teams in there.
For your heart, that was good. That nigga bust our ass too, bro.
But yeah, so
women's basketball is nice. Like they just don't have the notoriety of it. It's
very fundamental.
Yeah, it is. It's like to me, it's like college women.
I saw a really
like
good
the same
game.
thing.
I was playing in my jobs.
Did they score 100?
It was like 80.
He said, "All I want to know is if they scored."
How many dunks were there?
Oh, 0.
And I swear, I'm not knocking.
Bro.
It is. No, but when you see a fast break layup, only person doing that is Steph Curry. Steph Curry, and we see him try to dunk, and we see.
Yeah. And I'm saying, he's finished the dunk on the.
It was a really
in a game.
Yeah, it was.
You don't got to show. He's like, oh yeah.
It was the Sparks. It was the Sparks and the Lynx. It was a pretty good game. I would say it was a really good game. So, but I mean, I don't know if that was a playoff game. Probably was a playoff game since it was in the playoffs.
The WNBA was much better when it was newer. Because they had better players. But like at the
Nobody
beginning,
has
it was fresh off the Olympics,
right?
Yeah.
And again, and so that's why bringing it back to the World Cup,
right? Yeah.
They were trying to do the same thing and push the agenda again. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. In the corporate world, bus driver, train conductor, postal person.
Right, there should be no difference.
If you drive a bus, we drive in that same bus on the same street.
There's no reason.
Analyst and you were analyst, we should all get paid the same.
I agree, 100%.
In the entertainment industry, it's all about the money your name and your power can bring in.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to the World Cup and the WNBA, but the World Cup specifically focused on right now, I don't know a female Beckham, Ronaldo, Neymar.
Right.
I don't even know Pele.
Messi.
Messi. And we can run off about, and I don't even watch soccer. America doesn't even love soccer like that. But we just ran off about 5-6 names.
Right. Yeah.
We know Rapinoe now because she got the pink hair.
Right.
And they started this conversation of the equal pay, but we don't know their game. We don't know anything.
And to think about it, all these names we know is because these are stars who generate revenue.
Yes.
We know
Generate revenue.
only for talking about revenue.
I want revenue.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Pay me.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, and the point I'm sure you're about to get into is you have to get the money has to be made from it. We spoke about this on the WNBA episode.
Exactly.
It's like you get a share of the revenue, which means there needs to be some revenue. There needs to be a certain amount of revenue for you to get more than what you're getting. So it's about dollars and cents.
Yeah, because after that you just losing money.
Right.
I can pay you $20 million.
Right. They wanted to. They'd be like,
and now we broke. Now that the company's broke, that's like any company. If you work at Wendy's and the CEO is just no customers are coming in,
right?
And I'm just paying you. Now we broke. I gotta close it down.
Right. Now you have no job.
Right. So women's soccer is the same thing, and I it was a while ago. I don't know the exact numbers. However, men's World Cup generates about 400 times more money than women's World Cup generates.
They're not even that good.
and the men don't win. America don't win. Right.
Yeah. The men don't win.
And then the way they're paid, the men's salary, because their World Cup is during the MLS league, so they stop playing and then go play in the World Cup. So they still have their salary from that. They still get paid. So they don't get a base salary from the World Cup. They get incentives off of their accomplishments in the World Cup.
Right.
Whereas the women get a base salary automatically, whether they go over everything,
right.
They get a base plus incentives from when they win. Yeah. Their argument is that even with them winning, the men made like a little bit more than them because they won only a couple of games. This was also the collective bargaining agreement they agreed upon the last time they brought up this argument.
So I guess we're supposed to believe that at the collective bargaining agreement, no one realized that the men made a little bit more.
And that's the thing. If you're not sitting in that meeting with the men, you shouldn't even really bring it up. Because that's another issue I have. And again, I love women. I love everybody. But the WNBA's argument, well, Harrison Barnes is making such a... Why are you counting that man's pockets? If you're not in that meeting with him, you don't know the play association. You're not in those negotiations and discussions. You're in your own. So worry about your situation.
But you, Harrison Barnes, the Dallas Mavericks,
the champion,
the Dallas Mavericks generates all this money.
The NBA, right? Harrison Barnes at that time was able to negotiate.
Oh, that time even worse. He was a free agent. Right, yeah.
The same way they capitalized that we won equal pay. When he won that championship, he became a free agent. He said, "I'm gonna get paid over there."
In the WNBA could point at any NBA contract.
And Skylar Diggins tried to compare herself to LeBron. She's like, "Well, LeBron gets paid." You don't generate what he does.
In her advertisements and her ad revenue, she does. But
who?
No.
Compared to LeBron?
No.
Who? Oh,
I mean, but she generates a lot.
Skylar Diggins?
She generates a lot, but not nothing like LeBron's. No.
Yeah, so don't even bring up that man's name.
Because LeBron is all over the world.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying like
Taco Tuesday is a thing now.
Yeah.
Cause it's Taco Tuesday. What is it, Z? Bryce, what is it?
Taco Tuesday.
What is it? Ronnie, what is it?
Taco Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday was big in the Lego movie.
Yeah.
I saw the Lego movie 3-4 years ago with my niece.
I be waiting every Tuesday to see his family video, bro.
His little Snapchats of Taco Tuesday are huge now.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Like,
I got that. No,
and he made, and not to cut you off, but he made that famous when the playoffs was going on. He wasn't even in the playoffs.
Right.
This is the first year he made the playoffs.
And Taco Tuesday is not new.
LeBron always has a way to keep himself relevant.
They're not yelling Taco Tuesday. They're saying pay us.
No, I know that.
You know what I mean?
The whole league wants to get paid. I got that.
Yeah.
And yes, I will say yes. You are paid the worth of what it is. Mm-hmm. I got that. That's not a problem. Mm-hmm. Skylar does make her money because she is team. What? She's Team Jordan.
Yeah, she's Brand Jordan.
She's Team Jordan, so she does have other ad revenues and such. Like she does have a good stream. It's just that everybody, just like in the NBA, not everybody has the same has the same revenue as everybody. So you really have to work for your base salary. So she may be able to eat better than some others.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that's how it works.
Just like LeBron eats better than
Harrison Barnes.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
He eats filet mignon every day.
And that's how it works.
Harrison is like, I can do like 2 times a week right now.
Right.
Harrison Barnes knew on the Warriors he wasn't going to get paid what he was going to get paid on the Mavericks.
Right.
So he switched. That's why there's salary caps, there's max contracts. You got there's a tier. LeBron's gonna get this. I'm trying to think of somebody. Who your man? Spencer Dinwiddie or somebody. He can't be like, well, I want what LeBron.
Right,
gets.
but LeBron do it.
Right, and that's not even a race. That's not even a gender thing. No, that's based on. That's a worth. That's a worth. And that's what the whole argument should be. They're trying to make it a gender thing in the wrong field of business.
Right.
It's not in entertainment. It's about what can you bring, and that goes back to like we said about Monique compared to Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Monique, we know she brought up her accolades from what she did. She won an Oscar, but it was in a serious role. That had nothing to do with you doing stand up on Netflix.
Zero.
Chappelle, not only did he take a hiatus after the Chappelle show, but he was doing the Radio City tour. He was touring and building his name back up. Yep. So Netflix is like, we can attach his name. It's gonna bring some streams for us. Monique's name, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember her.
It'll bring streams, but not nowhere near what. His
so they offered a 500,000 like that they offered her. That's more than we would get if we said, hey Netflix, I want to do a comedy special. I'm the funniest person in my family. It was a couple million, right? It's something like that, and then you know what I'm saying. But I'm not getting that. Yeah. So, and I'm pretty funny. I'm not, words me dance. You know what I mean? We out here. But Title's not calling me to get my podcast. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not yet.
Yeah, that's in the future.
What's up? But you know what I'm saying? But when you have the worth, I got to build up to be able to make numbers and demands and say, hey, you pay what I want. Holla at me. Chappelle's going to get that. Yeah. Eddie Murphy's in negotiations right now with Netflix because he was, I don't know if y'all saw, he was on Riding the Cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld, and he was talking about he's coming back to stand up. He's gonna do some shows, some local joints, and he's looking to get a Netflix. So he's building up what the worth it can be for that. Right. He's not just saying I'm back. What y'all paying? Right. That's the same thing Chappelle did. Right. Chappelle got booed on, was that a New Year's show or something? He was drunk and he got booed before he came back, and he admitted it. He even added that to his show, talking about I ain't doing that no more. Like he made it funny. Right. He did the Radio City joint for like a couple. Like he had Childish Gambino. He had the Roots. He had like Mapp. He had Chris Rock there. Donna Rollins opened for him. He put on a whole show that sold out every night. So Netflix is like, yo, he's doing, you know what I'm saying? So when it came time to him to say, and I wasn't in the building when they had the conversation. I'm not in that man's pockets. It became public record what he got. Netflix is like, yo, and again, we spoke about that money, but they did. I can't be mad at them giving it to him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So same thing. Skylar, Maya Moore, Rapinoe, all of y'all.
Y'all ballers.
Until you can be Messi and Ronaldo and all of them and go lead the league and just name a price.
Right. And to your point, what you mean by be is not be like as nice as them, but draw what they draw. Like be in their position.
Right. Like me and Jared was talking about it before. We was like, Danica Patrick. Before she even won a race, before she even hit top 10 in races, she was known for GoDaddy commercials. She was cute. So she used her sexuality to promote her name, her brand. Can't knock that. You got that. Add to your, you know what I'm saying? Same thing, LeBron got a family. So when he's singing Taco Tuesday, we see the family side of LeBron. So cool. Anna Kournikova in tennis. She didn't win nothing her whole career. She wasn't even that good. But I still remember her name. She had long legs, short skirts. She bending over.
And then that brings a whole other thing because then the women will say, well, then that's what we're worth. We're worth our beauty. And just our, right. And I can understand that standpoint.
But until you can show the game is that until Danica won something, until Anna won something, you had to at least get the eyes on you. Right. So that's the same. They used that.
But my thing is again, when they won, and then this wasn't their idea. Like they were marketed in that way. Like somebody Anna Kournikova, I'm sure she played tennis from a little girl and all that. But I'm quite sure somebody put a buzz in the air, like your advantage is that when it comes to
same thing
physically, you look better than all these chicks.
Venus and Serena, their pops kept them Compton. They had the beads. He didn't straighten their hair and try to make. He kept y'all are who y'all are.
Right, because he knew once they hit the court, they was smoking. Like all y'all are pretty chicks, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna be able to beat my daughter.
So when
so
it
it's
came
like
to the point when Venus won, she crip walking.
Yeah.
That's her. She stayed who she was, but the eyes was already on her because they were like, oh, from Compton. The story was already there. Same thing with Tiger Woods. His pops had videos of him like 3 years old singing a putt like on like not Jay Leno Tonight Show, whatever, Johnny Carson. He had video, but that's part of the branding.
Absolutely.
He was a child prodigy, so you use that, and now he was the youngest to win a master, and did all that stuff. So the branding is there. So
his rise and fall has been amazing.
Yeah, we'll talk about another episode too. But you gotta. The marketing is. This is an entertainment business.
Yeah.
Sports is entertainment, no matter how you want to feel. Like
that's true.
Wrestling being called sports entertainment is the realest thing, but it's like these games are real. We think, Temp down. He said, but basketball, football, it's all entertainment at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We root for the fans, same way we root for wrestlers and things like that.
That's why.
They didn't understand.
Look at The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
They gonna demand when they were wrestling. They would demand more than the Brooklyn Brawler.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they bring in people watch him under that role because they want to see the eyebrow go up and him talking.
If he want to see The Rock, he want to see Stone Cold, The Undertaker.
Right.
Nobody really want to see
that other dude. And look at wrestling now.
Not as much.
The women, nice. But the women are running WWE now.
Yeah.
They're the headliners on the pay-per-views. They're the ones. So now they can start saying, hey.
Right.
We need to be getting what they getting
but
and
that's
more.
But that's what has to be. You have to be the draw.
You got to be the draw.
So it's like, and this might be another industry. Just like dudes in porn can't be like,
right.
Yo, why I didn't make what Shorty made? Because like when we put the video on, it was to see her.
Right. I know that's what I'm looking at. I ain't looking at dude.
Right. But
no
but the guys and the girls. Though. Right. The guys and the girls are watching to see the girls. So in that industry, it's the reverse. But the men can't be like, well, I did 30 movies this year and like this and I got this amount of Instagram followers. Like, yeah, but they only know you because you're always in her movie.
Nobody's searching your name.
Right.
Nobody,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We're searching for Tiana Trump.
Right.
That's what they right there.
So you went right to that.
I love Tiana. Yeah. But we're searching for like Tiana's the obsessions from that's going way back.
Right, but that's that's where people are gonna throw the money.
Going for that. Nobody's searching for Wesley Pipes.
Right, exactly.
We're entertained.
Right. Because he's with Tiana.
Word.
but aside from that,
that nigga talk hella shit. It's hilarious. His shit is fucking hilarious. But we watch it for the female.
And again, we're not saying that women are only good to be sexualized.
No, not
at all.
That, not at all.
The game when basketball, for example, like I said, you're not dunking and not throwing alley oops. But you got to do something to bring attention to the game. It has to stand out somehow, some way. They ain't got to get butt naked.
No,
they ain't got because most of them are most of them a little hard. You know what I'm saying?
Because even if
they weren't, bro.
But I'm not saying that.
Even the lingerie league isn't making money like that.
Yeah, because it's football, but it's nobody. They don't
take it seriously.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we don't. It's not.
If the game was just as good and entertaining to watch, it would be.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point of it.
But that's why I keep saying it ain't about even though like dunks are exciting, right?
Yeah.
In a physicality standpoint, this is not going to be as many dunks and that. But it's like even the flow of the game, like the way the game is played. Not that they don't play basketball correct or whatever, but it's not exciting. It's like to me, like when I watch college men's basketball, it's basketball,
right?
But it visually looks different from the NBA.
It's a more system game.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Star. It's a lot of passing around the perimeter.
Right, exactly. Yeah. When I watch a college women's game and then I watch a college, I don't see much of a difference.
Right.
I don't see much of a difference whatsoever. And the WNBA is coming more from an entertainment standpoint because they're professional. They get paid. They're getting paid. Right. Yes, you get entertained because schools have TV deals, so that's entertainment too. But it's not in the same light. So when you're supposed to be entertaining, you can't be supposed to be the next level, and you entertain me the same way that the other level does. So
and when I say dunks, I mean like to casual fans, because for the industry to really blow up, you got to have those fans that come and stay a little bit.
Right.
So dunks is in basketball, home runs in baseball,
right.
knockouts in boxing.
Right.
The purists of the sport will watch like a baseball game that's 0-0.
Right, because
it's a
they
pitching duel.
understand. Right,
But
yeah, right,
the casual fans like, oh, this is boring.
Right.
Like when we watch a Mayweather fight, oh, this is boring. But we're looking at him, his technique and his talent and
exactly.
skill. So the purists are going to be there no matter what. Mm-hmm. But to really grow an industry, you got to get people that for the first time seeing, oh, that was crazy. That dunk, that home run, he robbed him over the wall. So you got that exciting moment, like Steph's threes or something. Like it got to be something crazy to bring in people to. I wasn't watching, but what was that just happened? Like let me see that again. And
the bottom line, until the bread is there,
there's really no draw. There's nothing
the bread is there,
to catch the eye of somebody and end the game. And again, women's soccer is a little bit different because they play same field and all that. But one, in America, soccer's not a big sport anyway.
Yeah, men or women.
Men or women.
Right, yeah.
So that's the main thing. It came and went. People were like, yeah, you can pay. Like that was the headline, not just, they won. I was cramming to buy me a jersey. Right. We didn't celebrate that. We was like, oh yeah, we won World Cup. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're doing because soccer's not our thing anyway. Yeah. But I don't see Rapinoe jerseys. I don't see what's her name, Alex Morgan jerseys. Right. I don't see their jerseys. I still see LeBron jerseys. LeBron Laker jersey was already set. That's why Nike had to stop him and change his number. Right. Because they was already had pre-sales at 23. Like they're like, you gonna be what? Nah, no, you're not.
Yeah, next year you're 23, bro.
Yeah. So the business side of it told him, no, you're not. You're 23. Right. Okay, when you gifted him the number. No, you didn't. You're 23. We got
you didn't ask us.
We got jersey selling. All right. We've been printing them up. Like,
We had Hope Solo, back then. So it wasn't. It's been the same argument since.
Yeah, and it's going to be, and they know this. That's what I don't like about it. They know the intricate details, but they just throw the buzzword or the catchphrase. Yeah. You can pay.
Right. My thing is, if they have the understanding of it,
which they should,
then it's
I believe they do.
Yeah. And I think I want to believe, but at the same time I don't, because it means they're stupid. But you know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why I'm not calling them that.
I want to believe that they don't understand the way the revenue is shared.
Right. Joe Budden about it. Right? Don't be telling people what they know, and they don't.
Right. That's why I want to believe that they don't get that. They don't get that, so they said we should get more money. Right. Because if they say, well, you know they generate this, and we generate that. Yeah. But I don't care how much they generate. Right. Give me the money. If it's that, then it's like.
And that's what it comes off at, especially like the WNBA players. When you calling out Harrison Barnes and LeBron, it sounds stupid.
It does.
I don't want to call them stupid, but it kind of sounds like. Are you
that argument? Yes.
Yeah. You shouldn't even mention Harrison. Fine. As soon as you try to mention LeBron, no matter what people like, hate, love, whatever you feel about him. He's the marketing. He is the marketing piece.
He is the face of the NBA. Still.
Up and down. Yeah. It be Steph. It be KD. But it's him versus them. Like it's always him and. Right. So you can't deny what he brings in. Even before, like when Kobe was weaning off. Remember, Nike had the puppets, and they were hoping to get them in the playoffs, and it didn't happen in the finals. I mean, when LeBron first made the finals, and Kobe didn't, the Lakers didn't make it. Yeah. But that was the branding, and Nike and all these investors. Yeah. Which is why he told him to keep his number. These people are putting in money because of what they're going to get back from the money. Y'all not doing that. Nah. Even when you win. Right. It doesn't do it. Local bars and stuff like that generate some money because they go watch the World Cup and they salute their countries and da-da-da. Absolutely. America's not selling jerseys. It's not happening. I don't even know Nike or whoever has their deal. They're not making $1 million of these jerseys to sell them.
That contract, they say, look, we
make a couple.
Right, we'll make some. We'll make that. Get that contract, make some money, but that's not gonna be no bread and butter for anybody's company.
The biggest name of the WNBA right now is Kobe Bryant.
Because of Gianna?
No, because he's been promoting them, and
he's been the biggest advocate.
Yeah,
but even that,
he's really the biggest. Like
that,
I make a joke, but it's real talk. It's real.
And you have a lot of NBA players who actually are showing up.
The NBA players, and they're being.
There's a lot of support when it comes to like respect for their game, respect and support. That's there. Yeah. But they're not even talking about that. They're not even saying, oh, you guys don't respect our game. They just talking about, we want the money.
Right, and they reading his contract. They looking like, oh, you making, I want that. Like no, like you can't just look at my paperwork.
But then the league would be like, but we don't even have this.
Right.
Give you.
Right.
Like
You want that much?
we don't even have
worth that.
Right. The owner
Right,
of the team was like,
all of us
take what
have
you
this
want.
in
Like,
one pot.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to give that just to you.
Yo, the WNBA owners is like, yeah, take my debit card, go cash it out. Like that account is revenue from the league.
Right.
Go take what y'all want.
Remember that?
Ain't nothing there.
Remember there was a meme. And it was like all the WNBA players' salaries don't even add up to like the lowest, like the
team or something like that. Yeah.
It was like somebody's like contract.
Yeah.
It was like somebody's like. It was like.
And again, when you put that perspective on it, it looks crazy.
Yeah.
But then when you look at generated revenues, and then you're like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
and it's business. It's simple business.
Liberty played on Sunday, and I believe the attendance was like 7,000.
Wow.
It was like 7,000. Barclays holds 17,000.
I mean, the Knicks sell out, and they haven't made the playoffs since what, 2012?
12.
Yeah.
12. Yeah.
They'll sell. The Bulls sell out, and we haven't won since 99, 98.
Lakers same way.
Lakers sell out.
Like it's just
they gotta
like
sell the seats.
The NBA product.
Yes.
Is just like it generates so much.
And
money.
there's always a name of there's always a jersey that's gonna sell.
Yeah.
Like right now, the Knicks are like, well, RJ's gonna be the man.
Right.
His jersey's gonna sell
Knicks
locally.
fans are gonna buy RJ
Barrett jerseys. Like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like,
as far as jerseys is concerned, remember, like for male players, like they'll sell the male jerseys in like a female size. Women's jerseys is only female. It's only women's size.
That is true.
Well, because I don't think men are really looking to buy
a Candace Parker jersey.
Yeah.
But see, that's
and again, it sounds bad.
That just speaks to again how much bigger the NBA game is. We even
you're not gonna make
make
these
men's jerseys in a woman's size.
Yeah.
And I've seen a man wear a WNBA jersey before, but
I'm like, how the hell that happened? Because that shit can't fit like that.
He wasn't a big man.
They might have used to do it, and then they realized we're gonna scale back because they're not selling as much. They might have
They might have made because then they would have said, okay,
I can see that in the beginning.
It's like he bought it and no one else did, so we're not
going to. Lisa Leslie jersey. Somebody might have been like, yo, Swoops, she nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can see that.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But again, how many people bought them?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Business.
Right.
I'm not gonna keep making a product that nobody's buying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Nike can reselling Jordans over and over again. But they're not selling the ones that didn't sell.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sell these 1s and 2s and 5s, but them 28s was a little. I'm just picking up on top of my head, but those, we're not gonna retro those. Air Maxes, so and so. You can keep redoing that over and over and over again.
The Air Max 95s, 98s, stuff forever.
But them Ewings are very rare. Die-hard Knicks fans, but those are boats. Those are some big shoes.
Yeah.
They're not selling as much. And again, that was a Nike, but those,
That's gonna take them forever to redo them.
Right.
Ewings took
because nobody was checking for them
last year.
Because the design is not like people. Again, this is business. This is part of entertainment. It's marketing.
Yeah.
You gonna pull to it. And basically, before we go, I wanted to talk about the mass shootings that happened in America recently. Basically, a couple weeks ago, we had 3 in one weekend.
Yeah.
It was California, Ohio, and Texas. And that was also like the 250-something one this year alone. And it happens more often probably than they even account for. Because
more shootings than freaking days
in a year. And it happens a lot. And so I definitely wanted to send condolences to everyone that lost someone, who was affected by it, who knows someone, injuries, deaths, everything, prayers and thoughts to all of them. I didn't want to go without saying that. And on the flip side, middle finger to everybody that blame video games for the
middle
reason.
Middle finger to everybody who blames anything besides these people wanting to shoot people.
Right. So I wanted
movies, video games. Like
I've been playing Contra since the 80s.
You still play Contra now?
No, well, I've been playing video games in general, but I was thinking, like that was the first one I did with a gun.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like Duck Hunt,
right? There we go. Yeah,
I had Duck Hunt, Contra, like you know what I'm saying? Since then, we've been playing shooting games, Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty. When I played Call of Duty, didn't want to join the army.
Yeah,
thank you.
But you know what it does? It makes not us want to do it. It somehow makes white kids want to be like, yeah, I'm patriot. Yeah, I want to join us. That's not us.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the cop out. And to blame video games is just silly to me.
We playing Grand Theft Auto,
right? We don't be dragging people out there.
I actually released my frustrations with that. Like,
we do have.
We do steal people's cars.
Yeah.
But it didn't not because I
just like to remind people that our country was formed on,
violence.
Barbarics who came and took some land. Our national anthem is a song about war.
Yes.
Every 4th of July.
This country is violent.
Yes, every 4th of July we light fireworks to symbolize bombs bursting in air.
Yeah.
So if that's what we're saying over and over again in school, right, that our flag was still there. So we made the flag and light the fireworks. That's the symbolism of the 4th of July. So we're and kids are saying this in school every day. So if anything is embedded in their head, it's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, we've sung that and we still haven't done it.
About violence.
Yes.
So it's like
America is a violent society.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It was formed for violence. You can criticize Australia all you want as the country being formed from convicts. Guess what? America is no different.
And as much as people don't want to admit it, telling someone that if you don't like it, you could leave.
That's the cop out.
It's kind of like a threat. It's kind of like a forceful thing too, because you didn't belong here.
Right.
Yep.
So you could leave. We all could leave.
Right. Because I wonder when they say leave, like where are they suggesting we go?
Right.
Like, especially when they say, go back to Africa and all that. Like you gotta remember, like American black people don't have a tie to the African
We don't know which country that
they, so
tell me
like,
where.
Are you telling me to pick one or like what do you mean? What's my country?
Right.
America's my country.
America.
I'm American. Right. Yeah.
No hyphen. African American, sure, but I am just as American as you are.
And not only that, we were also with the first people. So
and that's another thing.
We actually been
and
here.
You can't tell us to leave. This is not even. Well, what you gonna tell me? You stole it fair and square?
Right. That's like me throwing you out of Jared's house.
Right.
Exactly. It's not even mine to even say something like that. Like,
get out of here. Go back to your house.
You've been here for a while.
Right.
You don't own property to say, to say, hey, this is my. Like, I mean, but if you steal shit and you're that good at being a con artist, and you've been
right. All they can say is, hey, we stole it fair and square. Now it's ours.
But violence, you know what I'm saying? Violence begets more violence. Unfortunately, people, lose their lives and suffer and because of it.
Yeah.
So I don't want, I wish, there was a clear-cut answer.
Yeah.
Gun control is one of those things that we're going to be talking about forever.
Yeah.
Because the real reason that America is so high in mass shootings is something they don't want to talk about.
It's the availability.
It's not even the availability because most of the people that do it have the right to have those guns. They buy them in Walmart. Like,
well, that's why this availability.
You know what I'm saying?
But that goes to availability thing because
unlike but what I was going to say was there's also, because they like to throw in Chicago when they say, well, you guys do it too. And
you mean you talking about when
because mass shootings do have, like, again, the term mass shooting, I don't know if it's 3 or more.
A drive-by or a shootout is not a mass shooting.
But that's what I'm saying. The term itself needs to be specified. Mass is 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 or more, or because if in Chicago, gang violence or whatever can be, if I shoot him, it's a mass shooting. However, so they throw that in there.
However,
wait, but let me make my point. But the point is, Walmarts are not in Chicago. Walmarts are not selling like that. So those guns can be illegal or whatever.
Yeah.
It can happen either way, whether you have the right to have the gun or you don't have the right to have the right to have the gun. So the availability and the abundance of it isn't the issue either, because in other countries they have even more and we're giving them to them as well.
To me, it's not because if that's the case, then right. Let's say this country has just as many guns as us, and they then it has to do with this the way the society, the people, because because what happens is America just has a love for gun ownership,
right? Because like I said, it's in our national anthem.
They just love it to the point where when they talk about everybody who's a proponent of stricter gun laws. They bring up the Second Amendment, which was made it's not an amendment that goes, hey, everybody has the right to just have a gun. It says, for a well-formed militia, an organized militia, to protect themselves against the government that is threatening to overtake them.
Mm-hmm.
So they said if that happens, you have the right to defend yourself from that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to poll 100 gun owners and say, hey, when you went and bought that gun, where you were like, shit, ain't no government gonna try to take over me.
I have one.
Right. He's like, I bought this, so I gotta make sure the government not gonna try.
Right.
No, and even if you thought that by yourself, you by yourself are not a well-organized militia.
Right.
So show me your organization where you
PS3 Army of One.
Exactly. But taking a step further, so a lot of people, they just can't be like, please don't take my guns away because I love them. I will respect that more. Like, I love guns. Mm-hmm. So please, I understand kids and stuff getting killed, but I don't want you to do that because I love them and I'm going to be mad if I don't have them. Mm-hmm. That's what I would love for them to say, just be honest. Right. Second, what you also hear from people who are a proponent of keeping the guns is they never have a solution. Mm-hmm. They just can always tell you what the solution isn't. So they'll be like, well, nah, the way you fix that is not by taking guns away because people go get guns anyway. Mm-hmm. Cool. What do you think we should do, though? Mm-hmm. Crickets. Or the answer is always more guns. Mm-hmm. Schools are getting shut up. Yeah. So let's give the teachers guns.
That was the next part.
Right, so it's like,
that's a hard bar.
Give the teachers guns.
And that's why I say the issue itself isn't more or less. It's the society that we've built because we are society.
Right.
And we've built a nation based on having one. It's in our Constitution. Using it to defend or whatever reason. We built the fear up of you need it. We built the use of you have the right to have it. It's the availability is one thing.
It's an industry but even that makes money.
Right, and it's our company. And it's at this point, it's our leading export. Because we don't make any technology, cars, much anything here now, but our gun, factories and stuff are huge.
And it's, like you say, it goes back to money. These the NRA, these are big proponents of politicians.
Yeah.
And if I'm a politician who cares just about getting funded or whatever, I'm gonna say I might not even like guns and be like, nah, I'm gonna sign this.
One of the guys in the Senate even told Trump.
Chris, did you have something?
No. I think you underestimate the power of the gun lobby. So.
No, I'll tell you what. And they do have great power. I agree with that. They have great power over you people. They have less power over me. I don't need it. What do I need? But I tell you, they are well-meaning. And I said to them very nice, I said, fellas, we got to do something.
Wow, he said that. Yeah. But a lot of guys on the table around him were like, you don't want to mess with the NRA. Right.
Cut his mic.
Because that goes to show you how powerful the NRA is and a lot of other industries and companies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue. More guns, less guns. It's more guns is going to just have more double homicides. Right. I'm gonna shoot you, you gonna shoot me.
And what's gonna happen is
we're gonna go back to having quick draws.
What's gonna happen is the kids, is all of a sudden the teachers are gonna turn the cops. They're gonna be in fear for their lives. They're gonna be shooting these students.
Said every teacher should be armed and it's like now I can go in your drawer and steal your gun.
And on top of that, think about the teachers. Everybody not built to shoot guns.
No.
So now when I go to school to be a teacher, right? Mm-hmm. Now it means that if you're gonna give me a gun, you got to train me to use one. Mm-hmm. So now, forget my college classes. Mm-hmm. Now I gotta take a handgun course. Mm-hmm. I may be totally against guns. So now if I have a moral thing against guns, I'm totally locked out of a teaching profession. Yeah. Which should have nothing to do with shooting anybody.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now you get your bachelor's like Rich Paul, and you got your gun license.
No, you know what I'm saying about for one about the mass shooter thing. When we're talking about about gang violence and such forth. Mm-hmm. It applies mass shooters when it doesn't really involve us like that.
Because it's terminology, wordplay, semantics.
It's a colorism thing.
It's all in how the news presents it.
The term is taken on a figurative meaning. Yes, like again, if somebody came and shot up this block, no black person would call that a mass shooting. Right. If you would go to a dictionary definition saying it has 80 more people, then yeah. Mm-hmm. But when anybody hears mass shooting, they're thinking of right. Mm-hmm. Well, but I'm thinking of like an establishment got shot up, a school, a concert, a mall. Like that's what they're thinking. A movie theater. Mm-hmm. That's what they think.
In Vegas, who shot at
the
right. That's what people connect their mind to mass shooting.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times it don't even be like deaths. It just be like
shooting,
somebody
right.
just spraying
the
area. And like you said, that could be a drive-by. That could be, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's like, that's what they like to bring up. They like to bring up Chicago. Well, you know, because also the week before, some people died in the park in Chicago.
I'm numb to anybody bringing up urban crime because that was all built by the system of oppression that you created. So you can't create Frankenstein and be like, oh my God, Frankenstein is the most horrible but he wouldn't have existed if it
like I always say, we focus on the crabs in the bucket, but we never look at the fisherman.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Look at the fisherman who put them in the bucket.
Yeah.
Who's putting it in the bucket. So
right.
You know, but like I said, we can go on and on about that.
Yeah. Not only that, Chicago missing a whole lot of women, man.
What?
Chicago, you know,
they're missing women.
Okay. I think you're talking about you want to see you missing some women. I was about to say like you trying to holler at somebody like you want. Oh, they missing what was.
He's like, yo, baby, I miss you.
Right. That's how I was bugging. Like, wait, I'm missing my women. Like, I was about to say. Yeah. Well, that's another story, and you know, I don't want to talk this whole topic again, but yeah, women getting kidnapped, sex trafficking. Shout out to Centoya Brown who released finally because she should have been in jail.
She came out and got straight married, dude.
Oh, word? She had like a pen pal? Or
she must have had some sort of relationship.
She's been in what, 15 years?
Yes. But yo, she's a post up. She got a wedding ring, you know, looking the dude in his eyes and all that.
That's what's up. I hope she could have a life. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been in half her life.
Yeah.
You know, all her adult life. She's like 30 something now. Like that's what's up. I mean, you know, if they talked and he's about it, then that's
dope.
I wish the best for her. So shout out to her getting released. Because again, self-defense, like we were talking about earlier with ASAP, and she told them, "Listen, this dude was trafficking me." They like, "Yeah, but you killed him."
Right.
I was trying to live, like I'm trying to survive. You know what I mean? But they wanted to do 55 years. Luckily, the governor came.
He was like, "Nah, you should have called the police, babe."
Right, like you know what I'm saying. But shout out to her, and if she's married, I didn't know about that, so that's big.
Blessings to her, man.
But that you know. That blew my mind. Like, that's crazy. But like I said, if she had a pen pal or somebody.
I mean, there's no way she came home and saw a dude on the corner and was like, "Yo, you ain't
the one."
right? You know what I'm saying?
I need to just settle down. Like you crazy out here. I don't even.
I read your whole story, baby. I need you.
Bet, like you know what I'm saying. But thank y'all for coming through.
No doubt. I'm hyped that this is the first time I'm on and I'm not home. Like
right. The red couch.
It's the first for a couple things.
New environment.
First time I'm on around home. The first time I'm on with another guest.
Right.
Yo.
I've been trying to cross people.
Yeah.
We back, baby. This is I'm trying to remix it up. I was trying to mix and match. You know, so I've been trying to get you because you really want to talk to Kev for the longest.
Yeah.
You want to get at him.
Yeah. Not get at him, but
no striking vipers. But you just want, you know what I'm saying? You just wanted to, converse with him.
I hope y'all are getting these no striking vipers references. Yeah. If not, Black Mirror. That's
watch it. That's all you got.
Watch
it. But once again, shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody listening. We on Spotify now. We got a Spotify account. Got the audio on there.
Yeah.
Still on YouTube for the video. SoundCloud, Apple. Apple switched up their thing now, so now it's not iTunes, it's Apple Music. But just search Words Music Dance,
podcast.
A 2021 Vision. You can search those in there. You can find it. Or if you got the little app on any phone, any device, you got the podcast app. You can find me there too. I'm on all that. Eventually, I'm gonna put all the back episodes on there too. But that costs a little more money, and I don't want to spend it right now. But once I start see the traffic coming up on the audio, because most people do the video. And I, the video's better. It's the words, the music, and the dance on the video. So to get the full experience, watch it on YouTube, and to be notified whenever the new one comes, you got to subscribe, hit the little bell, so everybody do that, so you don't miss anything. Because also on YouTube, we got Words Music Dance, but we got Unpopular Opinions coming back. Shout out to Big John.
Nice.
The sidebars, whenever we put some stuff on the side that didn't make the full episode. The homie calls when somebody just hit me up and say I want to talk about something, I just call them up. We got all that on there. So. And the bar exam is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming soon. I don't have a
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
But it is coming. Salute to these two guys again. I'm going to put the social media and stuff there. For everybody listening, you can look it in the description. It'll be there as well. And by the way, if everybody didn't know, always in the description, whether you listen to the audio or watching the video, I put the little timestamp. So the topics that we go through, you can go right to it in there as well. Because I know this is going to be a long episode, I already know.
Yeah.
So if you want to just see what we're talking about and go right to it, the timestamp is there.
It was a backup episode, man.
That's right. I had a lot to cover, like I said. Since you've been gone. had to cover all that stuff.
Make sure you put a little cut video.
I got you. I gotta find that. But yeah, back in business. I'm trying to get back in the stride. Do this every week. You know what I'm saying? Fall's coming. Football's back. Are you watching this shit now?
Yeah, I think so.
Your man Jay's.
No, because I watched the 3 games last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know you already been back.
Well, actually not.
But you was doing fantasy. You didn't watch though. You was just doing fantasy football.
Nah, I ain't do fantasy football.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. So are you gonna watch this year?
Oh, I'm still indecisive because last year I really wasn't there.
Oh wait, the Ravens and Niners. The day before my birthday, we gotta take a trip.
That's right.
December 1st, we gotta. Yeah, he's a Ravens fan. I'm a Niners fan.
I might gotta be back for that.
Yeah, we you know what? We gotta do that.
I might gotta be back for
and
that.
It's my birthday, so
nice.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's my birthday.
I'm down for that.
Look, no, I'm saying, but it's my birthday. Look.
Oh, you paying.
Look, 50-yard line.
Look.
Oh, wow.
I know.
He's like, it
go all
wouldn't
in. 50-yard line.
Like, it wouldn't be right. It's
right
like
in front,
my
like,
birthday.
it's my birthday. You know what I mean?
For me to pay for, you know.
49-yard line.
I mean, you can step a little.
Up top.
I get the binoculars. Like, oh. Nah, but
Is that Jerry Rice?
Word. But we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've watched every now and then. I haven't done fantasy because I haven't really had to have time to do it the last couple of years. Do fantasy football. I do kind of miss it though. Fantasy football was fun. You ever did fantasy football? Yeah. So I miss it a little bit, but I don't have the time to really pay attention to it. Especially if we do it for money, I might get back doing it for fun, maybe.
Right.
Maybe
I did DraftKings for like 2 years. And it was kind of fun, but when you don't rent no real money, it seems like a waste of money.
Right.
But the most fun though was when you got, a bunch of people, you do a real draft,
and that's what we did.
That's to me it's the most.
And
fun
I had plans of really making that league, big and stuff. We were trying, but the podcast happened. You know what I'm saying? So this was bigger. But Words Music Dance, you gotta know what it is. Jared, just give me social media real quick. Yeah, Instagram and stuff for the listeners.
Around the World 85, IG, Twitter, the Dutter Man.
But don't follow him on Twitter because he be wilding on there a little bit. Whoa. Just be careful when you holler at him.
Don't judge me. Alright, that's all I'm saying. Keep over mine.
You know what I'm saying. But,
I'm probably gonna change my damn Twitter name.
Rel, give him your info.
I'll just give you IG. I'm on Twitter, but I don't be able to post nothing, so it would be no point. But IG. Is at J_unique. That's UNEEK.
And I'm 2021 Vision. That's all you need to know. Everything there. Link to all the rest of my stuff there. But A2021 VISION. Everything. All social medias. Everywhere. Search that. You can Google me now. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm out here.
I'm famous.
I'm out here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Google.
And I need a send off. And I've been trying to think of one to say goodbye to the show. I need like a send-off. So if anybody can think of one.
No striking vipers.
No striking.
That could be the send-off.
There you go. No striking vipers. But I was trying to think of like something with the words we can dance. Like,
you can't use Keep It Classy San Diego.
Right. I was like, use your words, listen to the music, and don't forget to dance. Something like,
you should incorporate all those three.
That shit sound like some Reading Rainbow type.
That's all. Something cool,
not that. Like not that.
Right.
But something that
Reading Rainbow.
Words are weapons, and the music is around us, and dance for your freedom. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Dance to be free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Think of a cool send-up. But if y'all got one, I'm still gonna give it to me. You give me the right to use it. I'm trying to, I'm saying,
hit you with a cease and desist.
Right. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying. But if I come up on my own, but until then, no striking vipers. This episode has been Since You've Been Gone, so we're gonna go to Kelly Clarkson. Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah, no striking vipers, epic, bro.
We'll holler at y'all next week. Hey. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.